Alrighty guys, here we are tonight down at Gulf Central and we have the brand new TAYLORMADE gear. So, sim. Now, we're going to do a... Good shot, Richo. We're going to do a review of, first of all, go grab the tea, of the first sim, so the normal sim. So there's 3 different driver models. You've got the sim, Sim Max, and the one I'm holding in my hand is a Sim Max D type. So that's the draw version. So effectively replacement of M5.
5, yep.
M6 is the other one down there, and this is the M6D type.
Yep.
All right. So technology of this thing, well, what's SIM stand for?
Oh, that's where you put your SIM card in the slot and it records all your data.
Right, that's that one there. There's a slot there.
Yeah, just through there. No.
It's called shape in motion. So
Yep.
they've pretty much taken the M6 design and they've basically made it aerodynamic. Now, when I was sort of told about this, I didn't want to say it was bad because it's not bad at all, but I sort of said, so you're doing what Ping and Cobra have done in the last couple of years. To a point. So M6 was really, really good, quite fast by the sounds of it, down around sort of impact area, but wasn't overly quick around, halfway down sort of thing.
Yep.
So pretty much what they've done is they've made the inertia generator. They've just made it so much bigger. What do they got here? Aerodynamic sole design. Yep, cool. But what they've done is they've just made it more of an inertia generator. They've actually plonked weight further back. And so instead of having, well, this is the one we're reviewing more than anything, which is the slidable weights, which is the M5 replacement, you don't have a sliding weight back. So they've moved this a long way forward for low center of gravity forward and a little bit forward, but they've put a huge weight at the back there, which stretches it back a bit. So sort of somewhere in between a really forgiving driver and a really low spinning driver. Now in the testing, as you'll see on some of the ball flights, and even here, hopefully I hit a couple of good ones, but it spins pretty damn low.
It goes.
It goes.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah, I said it certainly moves forward, doesn't it? And it doesn't seem to be. I don't have to work hard to get it some air as well with all of them.
Now that's the thing. This is I said it to the guys at TAYLORMADE. I said it to myself and even Richo. Probably the first TAYLORMADE in a couple of years, especially inside the M5 version or the M3 version or the M1 version. I feel like this is easier to move a little left. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's a shaft, but that's just the Diamond Black Limited. That's in the Mini Driver standard. That's the standard for the Sim. Yep. The stock standard for the Sim Max, which we'll get to, is the Ventus Blue, not the real pro fancy Velocore version. And then the shaft in the D type is the Helium. So same shaft that the Wilson had in the D7.
Yeah. Look, what I found with them is that
I'm gonna go hit one.
is that they don't necessarily want to go left like all of them. They just want to go straight.
Well, they see.
I struggle to try and move a ball either way, but they want to go straight.
For you, it's
whether it's
interesting.
my swing speed, I don't know what it is, but
for what it is at the moment,
every one I've hit has not really moved at all.
No, they haven't carried on very much.
No. Even the one where I really tried to hook it. Yeah, that's not too bad.
So, okay, so that's just a little fade, right? Like, that was very easy to hit. If you have a look at the numbers, like I've hit draws, fades, it was quite easy. But for me, M5 and 6, they were good drivers. Love the look of them, love the sound of them, and love the sound of this because it's basically the same. It's carbon everywhere. It's fantastic in that regard.
These feel nice and soft and do have a good sound.
It's a great sound, especially outside.
And like I said, as they've gone through the process, I think for someone like myself, they have not really wanted to work at all. Like they've wanted to hold their line and go very straight. And I found that with the M5 and the M6, they're all very similar. Previous models, I hit a bad, they sliced and stuff, as where, I probably hit the ball a little bit better, but they definitely just seem to want to hold their line.
I suppose this is the thing, like if you talk about generation, so the original M1 460, which was the original M1 2016, very, very good. They then bought, at the same time, they bought out a 430 or 440 at the time. No, it was 440, sorry, it's 440 at the time.
Yep.
They then moved on to the 2017 M1, which they made a 430, I think, which was as forgiving as the 460 from the year before, and they sort of moved on. So they don't make a smaller tour version. This is effectively the tour version in the normal sim.
Yep.
The lower spinning version, even though it's 460cc. It's just a little bit more aerodynamic. So basically, you're probably getting something that spins or performs like the M5 Tour, which is a smaller head and the low spinning head, but with the forgiveness more of the M6.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so that's what they've done quite well. I haven't been told that, but that's what I'm sort of guessing.
Yeah.
Is that with the weight back, even though it's quite low spinning, as you'll see, we'll do some tests against my current Ping that I've been using. It's very impressive. Like for me, TaylorMade, I've never been able to get huge amounts of ball speed out of. I've always got a lot more out of Callaways and stuff like this. I'm getting the same as Callaways with this, which is interesting. Now, whether it's a clubhead speed thing, or because I haven't tested clubhead speed, or it's purely ball speed in the face.
With the first few lots, I could never see a lot of point of changing to one of them. To
Yes.
the M1s, the M2s.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't feel that I got anything more than what I had.
Yes.
As where the M5 and the M6, and probably the M6 more so, I felt that they... Good shot. I felt that they're moving towards what I've always wanted, and it's that sound, that feel
Yes.
coming off the club face. I feel that they want to punch forward.
Yes.
Because in a swing, I can pop a few balls.
Your spin rate's an issue generally.
Yeah, so I feel that each model is one to like punch forward. I feel
Yeah.
like they're coming off the club face quicker, and I feel that they want to stay straight.
See, we haven't really got.
Don't really want to.
Well, we haven't got
go
numbers for
anywhere.
you, which sucks because I would like to see your driver, especially after stuffing around with the D-type. Anyway, we'll do that at some stage.
Yep.
For me, I'm getting sort of 167 ball spin as an average of a handful of shots. Now, I mean, yeah, I'm probably swinging a little harder because it's testing, but at the end of the day, I could not creep 166 out of a M5 M6. So that sort of sucked. Whereas this, it comes off much faster. I've been getting over 170s when I'm starting to flush it. So it's very, very impressive. That's
Like I said, it's got good forgiveness. Like I said, each model gets me closer to actually looking at buying one.
and that's a fair call too, because
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was very close with the M6. I thought, oh, gee, that's pretty good. And gee, we're sort of moving into this, and I feel that.
well, M6 is pretty damn solid, right? Like M6
Yeah.
was a contender for you.
Yes, very, very close to. And you know, I've got new irons instead.
Yeah, which
But-
is fair call. If we talk about the design or the colouring, as soon as they showed me this, the TaylorMade guys, I instantly went, oh, he's sort of gone back to the SLDR colours and
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't
So it's
mind the
bits of blue.
colouring. Yeah.
You will not be able to tell in the close-ups and everything,
No.
but that front section here that you'll see in the close-ups and everything, and even around the back, it's actually not grey, it's not white, it's chalk, it's called chalk. So they've made a puddle line in the Spider X's chalk. It's like a grey white, and it's a lighter carbon. So again, it's a lighter carbon. They've got plenty of carbon down the toe section here. Maybe that's why it's easier to move a little bit left, because there's less weight taken here, more in this sort of middle to heel section.
Yep,
Maybe, I don't
yep.
know.
The other thing
It doesn't want to
really
miss
like,
to the
I
right
don't
as
know
much.
whether it's because of the whole back of it. It sits very good behind the ball.
There's something about how it
Like-
sits. It sits way less open than what M5s
Yeah,
and 6s
but
and even M3s and stuff
I
previous.
tend to find when I put it behind the ball, I don't keep creeping it closed.
Not as much anyway.
No,
Because it
not-
already sits sort of squarish to, I don't want to say closed, but square.
Yeah, so I don't feel I need to keep moving my hands around. So I can tend to just pop it behind the ball, and it seems to sit there really nice. So I think that that's really good.
What do you think of the
Oh,
name though? So if you have watched vlogs and stuff, and we didn't really say it much,
Matches me, putter.
you putter. So we did say the Michael, and the reason why we said the Michael is because of that last name, right?
Yep.
Sim. Anyway, it was a bit of fun. Look, I'm massively impressed. They've gotten rid of hammerhead, but they do have the still speed injected twist face.
Yep.
So bring it past the limit, bring it back to legal. So this time, like, I'm glad they stuck with it because it's a good idea, right? Marketing, it's great, but then makes everything else previous sound crap, basically. But for me, this thing comes off how I expected the previous one to come off.
Yeah, I think
And
this
again,
is really good.
I
Like,
don't
to
know if
me,
it's club head speed
I don't know.
but ball speed's faster. That's because I use GC quad, don't have the dots, so I can't see the club head speed unless I was
Like
to...
I said, this model is probably the one, like, what have you got them?
So this is the sim, the normal sim.
Sim?
We'll talk about the next
Probably
two in
not
the next
quite
video.
for me, but still, it doesn't want to go anywhere. It just wants to hold this line and go straight.
So of the lot, I
And-
believe this is the least forgiving, just because the weight is a little more
Yeah,
forward
but
and
there
low
still
speed.
is a
There's
reasonable
heaps of
amount
forgiveness. Like I said,
in it. Like, I was pretty surprised because when I hit it, I thought, oh yeah, do you know what? I'll hit it about 3 foot off the ground.
well, that's what I
But-
thought you were going to hit, and the first one you hit just did not move to the right at all.
No.
I've actually hit more to the right than you. Like my fadey ones have been more fadey than yours.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was going to slice. Like I've necked that a little bit
Yep.
and felt like I said, and the thing was just a little fade.
No. The only thing I would have to do is if I took one of these on the course, I would have to aim
Straighter,
straighter.
which is a terrible thing to have.
Yep. But they certainly want to go straight. Like I said, I've been impressed. Like, I was never a huge TaylorMade driver fan.
Yep. Well,
I
you
thought
never
the
liked the whites and
M1s
stuff
the
like that.
M2s, they were a little bit better. I like the colours over the last couple because they're a bit more subtle.
Yeah. Well, you started
know.
to like it from M3s and 4s,
Yes.
but then M5s and 6, you were like, hang on.
Yep. And we hit
We spoke to
those.
Darren, so we spoke to Darren, you were like, this is good.
Yep.
And then when Aaron dropped off the M5s and 6, and we mucked around with Spring Valley in Melbourne and stuff.
Spring Valley, Melbourne, I hit it a
you're
couple of
like,
times
"Ooh."
and went, this is pretty good. And this one, to me, it's just gone...
It's an evolution. It's not a revolution, it's an
probably-
evolution of.
The thing that gets me is it seems to be easy to sit behind the ball and line up behind the ball. Probably a little bit more than the previous model.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is probably feels a little bit sort of softer.
Again, from an MOY point of view, it's going to be higher MOY than what the previous one was. That's what everyone's trying to do. To me, it's ball speed's faster. For me, I'd never really get much out of TaylorMade. But you will see against the G410, we'll show a video later. They're doing everything what they were doing in the previous stuff. They've just made it a little better. So I think they were on a great wicket with M5 and 6.
Yes.
Never used it just because I wasn't getting ball speed. But for TaylorMade gear, I always get quite high launch and quite low spin. So generally distance is quite long, even though the ball speed might have been 2 miles an hour slower or so than the Ping or previous stuff.
Yep.
But I'm getting up as high or higher than the Ping and even the Callaway stuff. So I think they've done a good job for whatever they've done, which is make it more forgiving, a little bit more aerodynamic. That's a huge thing.
And do you know what? For someone like myself, mate, I'm never going to turn around and hit it at 330 metres.
No.
Right?
Well, you have. Yeah, he's never said it before ever.
Right, yeah, actually.
Corral
I
went
have.
off a cart path.
Yeah, off the cart path. Yep, but you know, and
Yeah.
we've always said it's not always about that. It's about having a driver you feel. Look at
Aesthetics is mint. That's what I like.
look at Kieran,
Yes.
right? Now Kieran is not necessarily hitting the ball further,
Not really.
but he
It's a little bit, but not really.
But he's hitting every fairway,
It
and
is
with
just
that,
darts.
it's bled into the rest of his game
Of course.
because now he's off the tee, he's hitting it nice and straight, and it bleeds into that confidence.
Correct.
So he's got the confidence of everything else. And to me, they're moving closer and closer to more where I'm looking at it going, well, I could put this in because why? Because I feel that I'm going to hit a lot more fairways.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to go duck dive to the left. It doesn't want to slice to the right.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to be interesting. So, like I
Yeah.
said, for me, this is a potential for 2020 to be in the bag. The Ping's brilliant. I just feel this is almost as forgiving. It just wants to almost go straight. When I hit it, this feels better.
it
I'll
does-
instantly say it feels better than the Ping because I like that carbony feel more
see originally
than the Ting.
Originally at the start, I thought like a lot of the old TaylorMade drivers to me always felt quite hard off the face.
Yes.
But these feel softer, but they feel like they want to punch forward.
It's the
And-
carbon. The carbon sound is mint. Like I
Yeah,
thought
the sound is really good.
I thought M5 and
Like-
6 were the best sounding drivers on the market for 2019.
Yep.
This is potentially up there with 2020 straight away?
Well, I think we talked about like last year. Quite a few people asked us what our top 5 drivers were, and they were certainly in it.
Definitely.
And you know what we've seen so far. Well, I'd have to keep these.
TaylorMade's off to a great start again. Like
close.
they always make great stuff. They always make great woods, especially.
Yeah, no, mate. The gear is very good.
Yeah.
Years ago I had TaylorMade wedges. I thought their wedges were really good, and it's good to see that they've put some technology and some effort back into wedges and producing some good ones. Even I haven't had one for a long time, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see a company go, oh well, we'll just concentrate on one thing, and then we'll just sort of let all that go. So they've put that effort back into those. Well, they're putting some effort into the lines.
Well, their slogan was always, and again, they had #1 driver on tour, #1 fairway wood. I think they're saying that they're the #1 performance brand on tour, and I don't know what that necessarily means. But again, they're branching out. They're doing everything better.
Some good solid stuff. Their golf balls are very good.
Golf balls are very good.
You know, so they're going very good. These are definitely worth a try. Like I said, I'm never going to go, mate, get one of these, you're going to get 50 metres or whatever else, because I think for most of us, it's about trying to hit more fairways.
Yes.
And you know, that ball that's going to tail or duck dive to the left, keeping them straighter. Like I said,
that's right.
Kieran's a prime one.
Yep. Well, he's in the same shape every time now.
He is just bang, bang, bang. And ultimately, to get off the tee, that's pretty well what you want.
Correct.
Is, you know, at least you're giving yourself a chance, aren't you?
That's right.
You know, so.
Do you want to hit another one?
Yeah,
because I want to. You haven't missed hit one tonight, so you haven't missed hit one in forever. Oh, is the tee all the way out there?
Oh,
mate, sorry.
I've been hitting the tee further than the ball.
But no, so guys, check about there. Check out the other videos when they come out. So we're going to do the D-type, or the D Max D and the normal Max together. We'll do the 2 fairway woods together and the hybrid. So guys, check it out. We don't have the Sim fairway wood. We've only got the Sim Max fairway wood. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.
Over the
mate,
orange flag.
And for everybody says we're on take 20. This is take number 1. Guys, check out the Sim stuff. Sim with the adjustable weight. And we'll see you in the video for this one and the other one.
Don't forget to get your memory card.
Get your memory card, just in case you forget. Cheers, guys.
Beautiful.
See you next time.
Thank you. Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
that's
a
what you
weirdo.
say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.